All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go over section 1.4, rewrite formulas and equations. Make sure you read directions carefully. First, we need to solve the equation for y. Then, we're going to find what y equals when x is -4. All right, so here we go. So if we want to get the y by itself, first thing we're going to do is move the 4x. So we need to subtract 4x from both sides. Okay, and then the last step, I'm going to divide everything by -5. Okay, when I'm done, I'm left with just the y equals. Now, -4 over -5, we're going to leave that as a fraction. That becomes positive 4/5 x. And then a positive 20 divided by a -5, that is going to become a negative or -4. So the first step is done. We have got the y by itself. Now we're going to plug in the -10 in for x. So the next step, okay, so I'm going to do this. Next step, y equals 4/5 times -10 minus 4. Okay, well, 4/5 times -10 would be -8. -8 minus 4 would be -12. Number 20. Solve for b, so we want to get the b by itself. So let me rewrite it over here. Z equals 1/3 AB. So just like when I solved that equation earlier, I'm going to get rid of the denominator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply everything by 3. So that means I now have 3z equals AB. And my last step, get the b by itself. So I'm going to divide, get the b by itself. So divide everything by a. Voila, b is now by itself. B equals 3z over a. So that's the first part, solve for b. And that's all we had to do for that one, it looks like. Just get b by itself. So number 20 is done. Okay, one more. Solve for x in the following equation. So we notice that there are two terms with an x in it, and then this term right here does not have an x in it. All right, so I'm going to rewrite this quick over here. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of the term that does not have an x in it. So I'm going to get rid of that 5y. So I'm going to subtract the 5y from both sides. And I'm going to rewrite it because I want to keep the two terms that have x in it on the same side. All right, now we're going to do the distributive property backwards. Okay, we're going to pull out the x. So when I pull out the x will now be in front of the parentheses, and I'm left with 6 plus 7y inside, and that equals 3 minus 5y. Okay, one more step. Again, our goal is to get the x by itself. So now we're going, since this is multiplication, to undo multiplication, we're going to divide both sides by 6 plus 7y. So our final answer is x equals 3 minus 5y in the numerator, all over 6 plus 7y in the denominator. And you cannot simplify that any further. That is it for section 1-4.